Welcome to our weekly program, The Inside Story of Chabad in America through the Mendel Archives. This letter that I want to share with you is an answer to many lecturers, Chabad, not Chabad, philosophers, scholars. Somebody wrote to the Rebbe that he listens to lectures of Shluchim and he asks questions and he doesn't get answers really. A person writes that he doesn't always find the right answers to questions about Yiddishkeit. Now here's the Rebbe's answer. Does the Rebbe sign this letter? So I'll read you the way it is. You should not feel discouraged by this, inasmuch as even old scholars who engage in Torah for many, many years cannot always answer all the questions. So if a person lectures and they have questions, lav dafke, they can say they don't know. It's fine. I mean, I never heard anybody say they don't know. I don't know why, but they can say they don't know. So the Rebbe says, even Amol. This is not surprising, inasmuch as a human being is a created being and cannot possibly understand the wisdom of the Creator. However, even if one does not know all the answers, it does not have to influence, in the least, God forbid, one's adherence to the Torah and observance of the mitzvahs. Pashut. You have to do it, not so an issue. It doesn't matter whether you understand it or not. If you will look into this matter more carefully, the Rebbe writes, you will realize that most of those people who ask questions are not really interested in the truth, but only seek justification of themselves and their conduct, both in the eyes of others as well as in their own eyes. Their consciousness is bothered for having abandoned the way of life of their ancestors through other generations, many of whom actually gave the life for Yiddishkeit, whereas they themselves have recklessly exchanged their obligation and spiritual treasures for the material comforts of life. I do not agree with you that one should expose oneself to a non-religious environment in order to prove one's religious conviction and spiritual strength. On the contrary, every Jew, even the greatest tzaddik, prays every day and at the beginning of the day, lead me not into the hands of temptations. And the Rebbe underlines that. It is only when God Himself puts onto the test that one has to be firm and prove himself worthy. As for discussion and debates, this may be between rabbis, but laymen should avoid such things except where absolutely necessary. So we see from this letter that lav dafke, a person should answer everything, and lav dafke, the people that ask questions, really bothers them emunah. You know, the Rebbe writes in a place the difference between the Rambam and the Alter Rebbe. The Rambam had to deal with people that didn't believe in the Eibishter. The Alter Rebbe already dealt with people that believe in the Eibishter, but we had to be mechazik them. We had to strengthen them. Nowadays, everybody believes. If a person tries to get into conversations, maybe, but they stop. They can eat, the Rebbe says. They eat fine. They sleep fine. They go play fine. They go to different games. Does that bother them? In the time of the Rambam, it bothered them. Now it doesn't bother them. So then maybe they just want to waste time. So love dafke, that you have to always answer. But there has to be Nasav and Nishma. It reminds me, somebody wrote to the Rebbe a bracha for a road test. He wants license. And he writes to the Rebbe why he needs a license. So he can be able to go on Mivtzoyim, be able to go for the Rebbe to give out matzah or to put on film people. So he needs a car. So he's asking the Rebbe. Can you imagine? The Rebbe understood. So the Rebbe answered him. Du willst legen deine Taivis in my Mivtzoyim. You're putting your Taivis, your desire in my Mivtzoyim. You want a bracha for license. Why are you telling me it's that? Sometimes a person we don't know, his whole kavan is different. Same thing also. People ask questions. Lecturers spend many times in Amunah, and I don't know if it's nowadays, if it's a zach that we should do according to Rebbe, and there's other letters like that. Now I want to share with you another paragraph, another letter. What somebody asked the Rebbe. Greeting and blessing. I received your letter on July 18th in which you write about a number of questions which seem to bother you. I must say that I was disappointed to see the nature of your question. For I had hoped that if you have any questions at all, they would be in Gemara, Tosfos, or Tanakh, and the like. Instead of which your question have to do with prediction concerning the future, which in no way have bearing on you and your immediate environment. And I cannot see what benefit you could derive from brooding about these questions. This would have been true even if you had filled yourself to overflowing with Torah. How much more so, as I note that there is still a great deal of room for increasing your devotion and diligence to your Torah studies. So people that ask certain questions, Bachrim, they sit to learn Torah. Learn Torah, daven, learn Chassidus, learn Nigla. Don't go into these questions. Also about Mashiach. However, in order not to leave you completely unanswered, I will very briefly answer some of your questions. The Rabbi didn't want to leave him just like that. The Rabbi was kind. With regard to the prediction which you read in some book as to what the world will be like in 1999, this was 5725. Namely, that there will be someone who will unite the whole world under one all-embracing religion. And you ask my opinion about it, surely you know that the answer is to be found in the Torah many times, where the end of days is described, that it says when Mashiach will come. It may also be found in the Rambam at the end of Hilchos Tshuva and at the end of Hilchos Melachim. And then he writes that he heard that someone, but it says he heard from someone that Mashiach would come in a certain year. Surely you know the text of the Ani Maimin, where it is said that I will wait for his coming every day. And although the text of Ani Maimin is not printed in all the Sidurim, because Nusach Ari does not have it, these principles of our faith are basic with every Jew. Thus, it is obvious that Mashiach can come any day. And then he has more things which I don't even want to read it. There's another letter here, a bacher. He wants to ask, is Mashiach can be a man, or can be a woman, or has to be after a man? So the Rebbe had to answer things the Rebbe told him. Learn Torah. Don't think about Mashiach. Of course, we believe every day Mashiach will come. But it's very easy to say Mashiach, to scream Mashiach. But the ikir you have to do is learn Torah, Mekayim mitzvahs, doing Avos Yisrael, doing Mivtzoim, and this will bring Mashiach. This is the answer of the Rebbe here. Open. So the people that have questions, I think we got the answer. In Mirz Hashem, next week we will continue our weekly program. Thank you.